Finally, it took a few minutes. Ow. Because as you can see, my cat's on my lap for one. Two, I had to shut the computer down, then turn it back on. This is the third attempt I've made, so hopefully this one will stick. This is going to be my live stream / grand opening of my YouTube shop. I wanted to get as much done as I possibly could before Chris and Maria get back. Because when Chris and Maria get back, there's going to be a bunch of chatter. There's going to be a bunch of, bunch of distractions and background noise and, different things like that. So bear with me, especially when they get back, because I do tend to get annoyed with Maria, because you have to explain things to her several times. You have to keep repeating yourself, different things. I mean, it's just I don't want to do this live stream and be yelling at my people, and getting upset with them. So this is why I'm trying to do at least part of it if I can right now, but I can't do much because I've got a cat in my lap. Anyway, I decided to go with my subs first this time because I wanted all of you, any of you that pop on during this live today, I wanted all of my subs and my peeps to have first dibs on the pieces that I'm going to be selling today. But now it's looking like I don't know, when I'm even going to be able to get around to that part of the live stream because she's in my lap. And I don't know how soon before they're back. But just since it's right here within my reach, this is a stand that I did last night. Okay. I had to use a combination Gorilla Glue and white wax. So this one I will not sell simply because it looks like crap, but it was the quickest way I could get this thing assembled so I can show it for display. Like, because this obviously, you can put like a crystal ball in here, a crystal sphere, if there's a certain, crystal that you like that will fit in here. But I wanted to give the Gorilla Glue plenty of time to dry. And I wouldn't feel right selling this with all this stuff on it. Like, see the white there and everything. So I had a heck of a time getting this thing assembled because I don't have the one thing that I would most like to have for such purposes. Loctite weld. It's in a bottle about that big. You got to squeeze both sides at the same time. 2 different components come out of the bottle and mix as it does so. And then it's like it's instant. It's pretty fast. So kind of like the equivalent of super glue, which I do have, but it's sealed shut. It's already been opened, and now I can't get the cap off, and it's too tiny to mess with. If I go, forcing this thing at this point, I'm going to end up with glue everywhere. So I don't know how that one's going to be able to be used, but, like I said, just bear with me because I don't know what all I'm going to be able to achieve this way because she's kind of hindering anything that I'm trying to do. I just woke up. I haven't even had a chance to brush my hair yet, which I'm going to try to do now simply because, like if this was when this is going to be like one of my lives, where I'm actually, doing this like on a more frequent basis. And I don't know for how long, guys. I don't know like how many days in a row that I can realistically do but I'm going to have to like basically do it every day because some of you are not even going to be able to get on right away. Some of you work, and I know that you have different, schedules that you have to deal with on basically a daily basis. So my plan originally was to do, or one of the ways that I wanted to do it, I should have said, was to do the in bulk ritual first, and then as a reward after, not only to myself, but to hopefully give you guys a reason to stick around, do the shop then. But now I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should do the shop first and then do the in bulk ritual later, because I will be definitely in a better mood. I'm not in a bad mood. Don't get me wrong, guys. It's just that I just woke up. I don't know how many of you are even going to pop on or be able to or whatever. And, you know, like I said, because my cat's on my lap, I'm very limited as to what I can do right now. I will try to get my email address on here. Oh, thank God, she's getting down. Good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my email address on here, because this is the address that I'm going to be using for my PayPal. So bear with me while I type that. There, and I will leave that up during the live, and so you don't have to scroll all the way back to the top. Any of you that come in later, just let me know, and I will try to put it on here several times throughout the live to make sure that everybody, you know, has a chance to, okay, write it down, everything, because this is how this email address is my main email address, and this is what is also going to be my PayPal address. I do have PayPal. That's how the money is going to have to get paid, so that I get paid, and then I can take some of that money for the products that you buy today and be able to ship it out to people. So that's going to require verification that the money's on my card, because once it's in my PayPal account, it'll be on my card. But this is where, you know, where and why I decided to do subs first, okay? Because you guys know me for the most part, and I wanted to give you first dibs on these items because these mean a lot to me. Some of them I'm not going to be able to sell. I will have to make you one like it, but that is going to depend on how soon I can get some more resin, which I'm still contemplating doing today at some point. But I'd probably have to do it after the live, simply because when I'm doing the live, I want that to be my total focus. The more of these items that I get sold today, the more money I'm going to have to not only ship the products to those of you that buy them, the ones that I can send, but I'm also going to take, like I said, some of the profits to ship the items to you, because right now it's the only money I'm going to have to do that. And part of I will keep as profit, and I'm going to, you know, as soon as I get my first $40 of stuff sold, I'm going to immediately get on my Lisa Frank card. It's a net spend, I think, or something like that. It was one I got, like, I don't know, several months ago, maybe even as long as a year by now, which it doesn't seem like it's been that long, but I'm not for sure. Because sometimes as a witch, time, it's like it flies by, and you don't realize like a whole year's gone, and you're like, what happened? You know? But I wanted you guys to have first dibs because, one, it's a test run for me. Two, it further prepares me for doing this publicly. So, you know, it all kind of fits together for me anyway. But right now, because finances are not great, of course, the only way that I can keep myself in supplies so that I can do even more batches of the resin pieces in more colors and different things like that, I need the resin to do it. Now, I have a resin kit on Amazon that I'm probably going to be getting today, because, see, part of the problem is, excuse me, my sinuses are giving me trouble. Part of the problem is any money that I spend today or for anything, like even if it's just to get the resin so I can get it on its way, so that the next live I do, hopefully I'll have even more pieces done. Because here's the thing, folks, it takes a couple of days. Some of the kits, it takes 24 to 48 hours for the stuff to harden up and solidify to the point that it's supposed to be. Others, it's done within a few hours. So it depends on what resin kit you use, what batch of resin, and stuff like that. So I'm probably going to get that resin kit because I'm not going to have any choice. and I need money to do that because I haven't even paid my rent yet or anything like that. So I really don't have a whole lot to work with as far as out of pocket right now. So um, I will try to make this as enjoyable and versatile as I can. At some point on here, I will try to do the Imbolc ritual, but right now, because I'm having, technical difficulties and it took me 3 tries just to even get the live going, I'm going to then have to figure out, okay, do I show it each piece, one piece at a time for now? Because another problem I have is I don't have a nice big table that I could clear off that I could display literally every piece that I have right now that is sellable. Because some of them, like some of the jewelry, the earrings and stuff, I don't even have the links yet to make them, but I will probably display them for the colors to show people, see, I can do it in this color and this color and this color. And a thing that's perplexing me is one of the molds has a crescent moon and a little tiny star. Now, the crescent moon has 2 holes in it. It has one at the top and one at the bottom. Now, my thought is the one at the bottom is for the little heart, or not heart, the little star. So you're going to have to get a big enough link through the bottom of the moon, link it into the heart, and then you're going to probably have to do something like a chain, like 3 or 4 links just for each piece. Once I get some of those fully assembled, then I will put them up for sale in a future live. But right now, as it stands, I think I've only realistically, I've got 1 pair of earrings that I could sell that I've actually put together, and that's their suns, and they're really pretty there. But I recommend to people wear your hair back if you're going to wear them because they poke into your neck and they're very uncomfortable. So I don't know how well those are going to sell because people might decide, oh, these are really pretty and I really like them, but oh no, I don't like the way they dig into my neck, so I don't want them. I'm not going to wear them. And then, there goes, there goes some sales. Oh, excuse me. That I desperately need right now. And don't get me wrong, people, even if you don't buy anything today, that's fine. Just come on, hang out with me, give me some company, show some support. Lay down, lay down, lay down. You're getting on my nerves. And get your claws out of my leg. And as you can see, she's not making it easy today because she's insisting on being on my damn lap. This is why I didn't want to do the live here. I wanted to do it somewhere where there's no cats bugging me. And someplace that I would have more space to be able to show my pieces. Happy Imbolc. God has helped me do this. Please help me do this. And if this live goes well and I get at least some of the pieces sold, then the next live I do will be public. And any that I have left at that point are going to be all I can offer to any public people that pop on the live to see what it's about and hopefully see some pieces they like and are genuine when they say, oh yeah, I want that. And I'll be like, okay, here's my email address is on here. Scroll back to the top of the screen. You can see it. That's going to be what my PayPal is through. So you're going to have to send me your name and address information there. And then once you've paid for the pieces and it's verified on my card, which means it's in my PayPal account because I have a PayPal card, then I will, like I said, take part of it to ship the items to you because that's the only money I have to ship anything right now. not to mention any packages that I may have to buy to put them in to ship them. And they do have some, so I can't do anything like too big because, for one thing, I don't have that many pieces made. I mean, some of them, yeah, the majority of what I have available really right now that I have the most of is what I call the cloud coasters. And I'm trying to be absolutely 100% professional and treat this as, this is my career, this is my new business, this is how I'm going to do it. I have nothing to do backdrops with. I have no pretty table with a pretty cloth on it to display my items. So I'm just kind of winging this, and this is why this is an experimental that I feel most comfortable doing with my subs, doing with my people that already know me, that are friends of mine, that will understand and be patient with me. And then, so when I do the public one, I will ace it. I'll have no issues, and I will make sure that I do it somewhere, not here. I may have to end up still doing it down in Maria's bedroom, because that's the temple room. That's where we do a lot of our magic and this and that. And I could also possibly have the front room. The only drawback there is if I do anything in the front room, the cats are going to be all over it. They're going to be knocking stuff in the floor. They're going to be irritating me. And I'm going to end up yelling at them. And then that could cause friction and everything between me and Maria, to the point that she may feel she has no choice but to take all 4 of her cats and shut them in the bathroom. Then everybody has to listen to them wailing the whole time and scratching at the door and wanting out. But I want to get as much of this done as I can before they get back. And I know I'm repeating myself a lot. I apologize, but like I said, this is kind of, I would have loved to have slept longer, but then I thought, no, I need to get up now because I need to get as much of this live done as I can before they get back, so that I have the less distraction of them, on top of Kalika here, on top of people blowing up my phone, on top of somebody knocking on the door, like Daryl, my one neighbor that, bless him, he smokes pagan mix with me a lot. He's trying to clean himself up. He's an alcoholic, and I really hope he succeeds, because he's one of those, what they call mean drunks. So when he's drunk, he can be a belligerent a-hole, okay? To the point of yelling and screaming at an empty apartment and saying insulting things against me, like, you and your wizards and warlocks, which is an insult because obviously he don't like wizards and warlocks and witches, and he don't believe in them, and blah, 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 blah. Well, if you don't believe in them and you can't at least be open-minded of the fact that we are witches, then don't knock on our door anymore. I don't care what it is. Don't knock on our door. If you want to put food or something at the door, put it at the door, walk away. Don't even say nothing. If you're going to hang with us, you have to get used to us talking about witchy stuff. Because newsflash, Daryl, me, Maria, and Chris are all 3 witches. Hello. And some of my peeps on here that pop on are also witches. So you got to get used to it. You got to accept the fact. I'm not trying to convert you. He's a Christian. And I only say that because Christianity is a man-made religion. It is strictly male-based. So they don't even acknowledge Mother Mary anywhere near as much as they acknowledge Yehoshua, which is Jesus. Not to mention, you got people yelling outside the window, so you don't know what that's all about. You hear gunshots going on. You're wondering, how close is it going to be this time? Is a bullet actually going to make it through the window and hit somebody? I hope not, because we're 2 floors up. That shouldn't even be possible yet. According to Chris, there's a bullet hole outside this window, a little that way. And that's a little too close for my liking, because I sit here. So if that bullet comes through, it could hit me. This is another reason why I've decided to do this shop on here instead of going through TikTok, because at least YouTube I'm the most familiar with. I've been doing it the longest. And I have had live streams before when I mostly just had my cloud coasters that I could display, and that was it. I have made several jewelry boxes since then. I've got a handful of the Zodiac jewelry boxes, which I'll show here soon. The square boxes, which are also jewelry. I've only got one pair of earrings done, but I will display the other pieces to say these are earrings too, but I don't, until I get some other pieces sold to get the money to get the materials, I can't assemble these other earrings so that I can sell them as well. Not to mention, because I never did find any my paintbrushes and paints, I have no way to paint the witch stones, which is what I call them. It is a set of circular, it's one of my molds, one of my resin molds. It's a set of circular coin-looking pieces that have witch symbols on them. Like one of them's the horned god, several of them are the goddess. There's a pentacle, there's a spiral, I think, on one of them. There's a Hecate's maze on one of them. But because of the way I did those particular pieces, like I got a whole set that's purple and a whole set that's black. Now, the purple ones you'll be able to see when you hold them in the light, right? And the same with the black. But to make it easier for people to see the symbols without, so they don't have to strain to see them, guess what I'm going to have to use? My standby for paints when I don't have any. I'm literally going to have to take my own nail polish and paint over the symbols so that people can see them easier. Now, here's the thing. I don't have this set that I will be showing here in a little bit. It has no book, no meanings of what the symbols mean. I will use my own, what the symbols mean to me. And I also have these same coins, witch coins, if you want to call them that. I have them, a bunch of them in wax that I made with wax, because that way, not only is it a witch coin and it gives you a focal point of a symbol to focus on, but use your own judgment what that symbol means to you. Those of you that have been in the craft long enough, like me, and you understand the symbols and look at them, oh yeah, this is the symbol for this. That's what you use as your focal point. Now the wax ones, they are made from wax pieces, wax melts that my beautiful daughter Brooke sent me from England. I've got almost all of them melted. And what I do when I get one completely, before I even melt one down, is I'll take a picture of it. That way I can always have the picture, and I can maybe show it in the future and say, you know, that at some point in my shop, I will be displaying her items when she gets me some of her stock from England shipped here, so that I can help sell her some of her pieces too. So then that'll give me even a wider range of things that I can have to sell. But the wax coins are used for, you can use them as a focal point. You can also use them as a wish. Like you can focus on the symbol, focus on a wish, something you would like to have in your life right now. Take one of the wax coins after you think you've focused on it long enough, then put it in an oil burner and melt it down. And as you melt it down, imagine that wish being fulfilled. Now, once the wax solidifies, you might want to bury it. Like they say, you can bury it in a flower pot if you want, but if it's got a live flower in it, I wouldn't recommend it. If you have a flower pot that has just dirt in it, you can bury it in there and let it biodegrade and break down on its own. That way, no plant is being harmed for some of the chemicals in the wax that might harm it. So I guess the only way I'm going to do this today is my cat's just going to have to be mad at me, because I'm going to have to make her move. So I can try to find, I don't have anywhere to display these pieces really. And they're all over there to my left in 2 boxes. And I've only got a couple of them over here on the, it used to be my abundance altar, but I had to actually turn it back into just a table, meaning not having any sacred items on it or anything like that, because my cat here insists on laying halfway across the damn table when I'm sitting here trying to do stuff, instead of being on my lap like she is now, which is my preferred way of her being on my lap. She's over here on the arm. She's got like the majority of her body laying across the table, and I can't have sacred items on the table if she's going to do that, because she's going to keep pushing the stuff because she thinks this should be her table. She should be allowed to lay on it. So she's just going to push my stuff out of the way, and some stuff she might actually push off. I don't want something broke. So I know it seems like I have an attitude right now, people, and I apologize, but my cat is getting on my nerves. And, you know, I love my cat dearly. I really do. But sometimes, like right now, she's making it very difficult for me to not have a negative attitude towards her, because she picks the damnedest times to want my attention. Why? Because I have conditioned her to, you know, as soon as mommy's up for the morning and getting up and waking up and everything in the morning, that is her time to automatically come and jump on my lap, irregardless of the fact that I might not want her to because I'm in the middle of doing something, let alone the fact that I'm trying to wake up. That's a weird circle on the screen I noticed here. So that's nothing I'm doing. That's doing that on its own. Not to mention I got bed bugs biting on me. So that's not helping my... That's not helping me to stay in a positive mood. Okay. In the future, when I can get enough of these made to sell, then I will put them on the future live. But as far as how much I'm going to sell these for, because of the assemblage required and the time it takes for the stuff to solidify, like the glue and, you know, using the wax to immediately hold it together and then put a bead of glue along the seams where I need to, and let that dry. And then once that's dry, at some point, take a small knife, which I do have one, and just very carefully scrape as much of the wax off as I can. This I will probably charge between 15 and 20 bucks, simply because of the assemblage required and the extra time it takes to get it assembled, which is taking more of my time that I can't be on here selling stuff because I'm waiting for that to dry. So I can only sell certain items. Excuse me. So most of this I'm going to be doing from my lap, because like I said, up here, I don't have a table that I can lay the pieces out on. I've got my table that I create them on, but I would have to take the garbage bag off of there, which I may still have to do anyway. I may not have any choice. I may also, you may see me on my phone, because I may have to do this on my phone, because at least on my phone, I can switch the camera around. So instead of people seeing me, they see the product. You know, that's kind of the equivalent of taking this laptop and turning it around so people can see stuff from that perspective, right? And then upload the video to my YouTube channel here, because I need to learn how to do that anyway. So without further ado, let me get some of this started. Okay. Having somewhere to sit my computer is kind of a trick too right now, because yes, I'm wearing a dress today. Shocker, huh? Well, this I call my goddess dress. Today, of course, the color of the day is blue, so that makes sense. But let me just show you some of these pieces. Let me get this on the road instead of sitting here endlessly babbling because they're, I don't know how soon they're going to be home. This is one of the Zodiac boxes, okay? For those of you that don't know what this is or haven't seen them or whatever yet, this is one of the lids. As you can see, it has a sun on it, the sun. And then the other lid that comes with it has a pentacle on it, okay? This one right now is literally the only one that has the most correct spherical shape. Is this one going to be on the for sale list? Probably. And if so, I think I decided to charge, I think it was like $10 for these. And I may change the prices later because right now I'm trying to keep the prices as low as I can because let's face it, not all of us are pooping $100 bills. So we can't just, go on an endless spending spree. We have to think before we spend. This is another color that I've done the Zodiac boxes in, but this is one of the ones that isn't completely spherical like it should be. This is what's called gold or honey color. This is a purple one that I did. Okay. And see, what did I say? I'm already getting bugged by my... Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, just do me a favor when you get here, if you guys would. I'm doing my live right now, so try to keep quiet. Don't try to engage me in conversation or anything like that, because I'm going to be selling pieces and everything, and I'm trying to get this on the road, get it going. Okay. All right. Bye. Or maybe she'll just go downstairs. Not that I don't want her here, guys. Don't get me wrong, okay? Let me, because she might be doing a live right now. I don't know. Let me get on here and see if she is. Okay, I just texted Brooke to let her know that I'm live because she might be live on TikTok right now. But as you just heard, I asked Maria nicely. I said, when you guys get back, please be quiet because I'm trying to do my live. I'm trying to get things set up to sell my pieces. So I'm going to go over here and see if I can get this table cleared off. Yeah, that's easier said than done. Some of the wax pieces I'm going to be displaying. Here's an unfinished one, so that one I'm just going to have to lay off to the side until I can get more resin to finish it. Bear with me, guys. I'm throwing away this trash bag so I can get a fresh one. Okay. putting the fresh bag on now. Because like I said, it's like the only thing that I have to really display my stuff on right now. But I'll go ahead and unplug my laptop so I can bring it over here and set it up so you guys can maybe, at least see me set up as well. Okay. You see this little table here? I'll have to bring it closer. Hang on. This is all I have for a display. So I just use a trash bag because when I'm doing the resin pieces, a lot of times they overflow. Hi! I wasn't sure if you were doing a live, honey. Yeah, and Maria just called, and I don't know, you'll have to go back and watch the beginning later, but she just called. Oh, I'm good. Happy in bulk, by the way, sweetie. I'm just getting ready to set up my pieces on the only table I have to display them right now. See, this is one of the ones I'm selling for 10 today. This is one of the big, what I call coaster or cloud coasters, because they look like clouds. And when Chris comes back with Maria, I don't know if he's going to be able to be quiet and not disturb me and let me do this. Here's one of the small ones. These, I think I got $5. Yeah, I got $5 on these. And again, like I said, even those that can't, that come on, that pop on, that can't buy stuff, just kind of, hang out. And here's another green one for $5. I appreciate the support. Okay, here's a purple one that I took some glitter nail polish I had and just kind of did some like rows on it, so you can't really see that here, but in bulk today is the celebration of, I can't remember. It's because, it's winter, so and my book, I think my Wiccan book is downstairs at Maria's place, and I don't feel like going for it. Okay, this is a purple one I have, but this one's really more on the transparent side. There's hardly any purple color in it, and it's kind of on the thin side. So like by the time I got to this piece, when I made it, I only had enough resin left to do it, but not thick all the way around like it's supposed to be. This is another big one. This is a $10 one. So I'm going to have to show each batch incrementally, show it for a few minutes. So, and then that's why I'm showing each piece. This is a yellow one I have. That's a small one, so that's $5. And then after I've had these on for a few, then I'll take them off, and then I'll put some of my other pieces on. That's the only way I know to do it. This one is a particular favorite of mine. It's a $3. I decided to do $3 on this one because it's so thin, and it's the only one I have like it. But if you look, I love the green stones and how well you can see them through the transparency. So this one's only $3. I haven't been up very long. I pretty much got up, got dressed, and immediately, got this going. Here's a really pretty piece I have that's got like earthy colors on it. It's real glittery on one side, and it's a little more plainer on the other side. So if the glittery is too much glittery, then you can use the other side, and it still looks pretty. It's hard to really see the colors, really good. This is a one of a kind, and as you can see through, because I only did one coat with nail polish, because this was one that it didn't turn out very well. So I decided to do something else with it. And I've got $10 on this one, but I just did a Sharpie and did the symbol and the Capricorn symbol in the bottom. But again, if nobody likes this is just mostly for display. But if one of my people come on here and they say, hey, I want that one, I'll be like, okay, but keep in mind that this, I only have the one, and it was a piece that was kind of compromised. So this is how I could fix it. And the other side's pretty. This is a gold one. Yeah, this is what they call the honey color. So I've got $10 on that one. Okay, that's it for those pieces. Here's some of the wax coins, what I call witch coin things that I've done with the wax melts that you sent me, because that way they're nice and scented and I can show them on display. And if there's people that actually like them, then I'll sell them to them. You know, this has got a pinnacle on it. It's more like a fleshy color. So these are wax melts. It's just the coins are the smallest that I have, the easiest to do either wax or resin in. I'm already out of resin, so I was only able to get a few batches done anyway. Now the big box over here. And this thing is heavy, man. This is literally full of the rest of the available pieces that I have. So let me move this one out of the way because I've still got a little bit of room. I can put a few other pieces here, but not many, as you can see. This it's already taken up. I can fit, you know, maybe a couple pieces there if I do it right. Okay. These, of course, are the other wands, you know, the first batch of wands. This is a pink gold combination. So again, if somebody wants this particular one, while I'm doing this live today, I will sell it. But this is literally the only batch of wands I have right now. Here's another pretty one. The tip is moonstoned, rainbow moonstone, the whole tip. And the bottom is a mixture of some other crystal chips that I have. Now, the ones I'm probably going to do, I don't know, what would be a good price for those? Because one side's flat. The other side has the decoration on it and stuff. It has actual crystals in it, but I don't want to overcharge for it either, you know? So would you say, I don't know, what, 10, 15? Would that be like an allowable or, you know, too much or not enough? Okay, here's another one that I did. They have two like this. You think 15, something like that, and it should be okay. And this one I did glitter just on the tip. This one doesn't have any crystals in it. So this one I would feel better like maybe doing this one for like 10, because the other one like this, they're the only two that don't have crystals in them. And this one I've got crystals inside, as you can see. But it has these little circles on the outside. So, you know, like if somebody bought this wand, they could actually take their own crystals and glue them on the top of it, personalizing it to them. In the back, though, some of the crystals are sticking out. So this is kind of sharp and pointed. So I'll let people know, if you get this one, be careful, because if you try to file it down, you're going to compromise the piece. So, and the ones that I decided I'm going to keep for myself, because they have crystals in them that you gave me when you sent our box of goodies. This one I'm keeping because in the tip here, this is black obsidian. I've got my Larimer glued here. I've got my rose quartz glued here. And in this tip is the real pretty crystal tip that you gave me. Remember that? So this is how I have, I think, given them, turned them into a beautiful piece that is personal to me, but to show people, you know, these are some of the styles. This is my Herkimer diamond that you gave me. This one I'm going to keep for that reason. And in the bottom here is calamus root and licorice root herb. So even though these are resin wands, they are real, functional, practical ones that you can use because they have actual elements in them. They have actual crystals. They have herbs. You could even, you know, if you want to really personalize it, you could always put your own, like I said, your own crystals on them. You can put crystals on the back even if you want, because there is a flat space on the back of these. I will buy the moonstone wand. Well, the only wait, oh, the moonstone? Okay. Sorry, I had to think a minute. Which one's the moonstone? Okay. Yeah, this one's the moonstone. Now, you'll be able to see, I don't know how well you can see on here, but when you get it, okay, this is, it's got like crystal bits in it because of the size of these. So you want me to put this one aside for you, sweetie? I will. Because I don't want people to think that it's for sale if you want to buy it. But thank you. I appreciate it. Here, I'll put it over here. I don't know if I did this right, so you can kind of help me with that. But is this how this stand is supposed to be assembled? These are the pieces that's on the back side of the triple goddess thing that I have, the triple goddess tray. Is this how this is? Because I thought, what would be a practical way that this could be used as a stand? Yes. And oddly enough, you're going to get a chuckle out of this one, honey. You remember the surprise I was telling you about that I was going to give you when you got here in March anyway? I was going to have you pick one of the wands because I want you to have one of them because this is my first batch. It's a big deal. And I want to give you something you will always remember me by, that you'll be like, my mom made this. And, in a way we can kind of help each other because some of your people in the UK may like the wands. So when we become your US contacts, then hopefully we can get some more of them made and get them out there and, have them for sale. So I hope I did this stand correctly. This to me seems like the most practical because you can sit a crystal there. But look, I had to use wax and glue, Gorilla Glue, because that's the only glue I have right now. I haven't used my crystal ball to display that as a display piece. But this, again, I will not sell because it's my first one. I don't know that. I mean, I hope I put it together well, but I don't want to take the chance of it falling apart. Yeah. And thank you. That's how you do it, right? That's how you help each other out. And I mean, even if you only buy, one piece it's fine too. Okay. This is the green one. This is like the first triple goddess I did. I've got 10 on these. Now I can't remember how much you're selling them on your thing or whatever. So I'm not trying to compete or anything, but my goal is I'm trying to keep prices reasonable because I'm just starting out. And I could change later. I could change it like up to 15 or something, especially if they want like certain crystals they want me to put in it, and different things like that will personalize it to them. And see, I've already used up all the available space. Okay, so let me put it there. This is my blue one that I did. And for once, believe it or not, the lid actually, it sits on here like it's supposed to. So this one actually came out pretty good. But something funny happened. See the rectangular piece in there? It silly me and my anxiousness to take them out of the molds before they were completely done. It's permanently in there. So I can't sell this one because to me, that would just be awkward. Because they're not going to be able to get it out because I tried. But this is the blue pendant. As you can see, I don't have the piece in the tip yet. And this is the round one. I haven't turned into a keychain yet. So those are the only two of the blue that I have. And if I sell enough of my pieces today, and that's why I'm hoping other friends will be able to pop on and stuff too, then I will have money to get the materials so I can make more. This is the blue lid. This is the one that has the pentacle on it. See? The Zodiac box. So I don't think I can fit that anywhere. I'm trying not to stack stuff on top of each other because I don't want something to get stuck. Okay, this is a purple one that I did. That the lid is a darker purple than the rest of it. But to me, that makes it unique. It makes it kind of special because it's still two variations of purple and it still looks okay. These I'm doing for $5 if it's empty, but the square boxes I'm going to be using in my sets when I get a whole complete set of jewelry or a whole complete set of the witch stones done, which is what I call the little round coin looking things that have the, the witch symbols on them and stuff, and the pagan, the male and female symbols. Okay, where did I put that? Is it still over here? Yes. Besides, I wanted to, okay. This one I will have to use because I got 15 on this one. I will have to use if I'm going to put a set in it. So say if somebody buys a set of jewelry, when I can have enough copies made, or they buy a set of the coins, then it'll be 15. And I think that's considerate. I think that's reasonable. I don't know. What do you think? And they don't necessarily, if they don't like the Lisa Frank stickers, they can always take them off because I didn't like glue them on or put tape across them or anything. So this one I will only sell for 15 if they, somebody wants to buy a set of jewelry to put in it to either match it or in some other color. Let's see. I have a yellow one. That's a pentacle for the Zodiac box. Here's a pretty purple and blue one that I will let people know. If you like this particular one, I will try to duplicate it, but no guarantees, because this one I made special for my daughter because her girlfriend's color is blue and Alicia's color is purple. So I wanted her to have it. Okay, thank you, honey. And this is a full set in here. See, this is a full set of the witch coins. Let me make sure I'm doing the right side. Like this one is like Hecate's maze. But you can see what I mean by I'm going to have to take like some nail polish because I don't have my paints to use right now. Take some nail polish and paint across the part that has the symbol on it so people can see it. Because otherwise you can't see it. Okay, let me go ahead. Now oops, I'm getting hooked on my stuff here. Let me put this here. I've been trying to weigh the goddess mold down with stuff. Okay, I'm trying to find places to put stuff so I've got the room to display. All the witch coins that I have made in wax are in here because I figured two things. And see this, it's kind of flattened it out some. I don't know if you can tell that, but see, it's still, and I've been putting weights on it and just leaving it there for days and days. I don't have any, and I wanted to do a blue one of this, but I don't have the resin. I already ran out because I went ahead and got the $20 kit from Sam's Club. Because one, it was all I could afford at the time. Here's a purple one that I did. This one's $10. Because I think that's, like I said, I think that's reasonable. Especially, just starting out. And I mean, I decided to do it through YouTube because now, granted, I don't know if they're going to end up sending me some kind of message if they see this live or whatever to say, hey, you're selling stuff on there. So you need to do this and you need to do this. So I don't know. I mean, because I've never read completely through all of YouTube's fine print because there's way too much to read. This is my black one of the triple goddess. Oh no, does it not weigh it down when you put the resin in? Okay, I hope so, because the YouTube, I'm most familiar with. Okay, I've been doing YouTube videos for years now. Don't ask me how many because I honestly don't know, but at least a few. This one was an accident. It was it's the color of the wands around the edges because I had kept the resin kept overflowing when I was doing the wands, and I was trying to pour them slow. Believe you me, I was trying to pour them slow as I possibly could. But it has glitter in the middle. It's kind of clear around the middle a little bit, but around the edge, it has just that slight hint of color. And I would definitely put probably, is that a small one or a big one? Hang on. I think that's a small one. Okay. This is a small one. So to keep with, not changing prices, and I'm trying to have consistency here. This one I would sell for $5. Oh, Lordy. This is another thin one. That is the blue that I made these with, I think, but I'm also experimenting with different color ratios. Like, okay, 3 drops will give you this density of color. 9 drops will give you this density of color. So I'm trying to kind of be more various and versatile by doing some like this, because different people, right, have different tastes and different ways they want their stuff to look. So I'm trying to accommodate as many as I can. And some of these, since I have no more room, I'm just going to show them. And hopefully, like even if my other peeps get on and they go back and watch it from the beginning, they can, if they see any pieces they like, just tell me the piece you like, tell me the color so I get the right one. This is the black one that I have. And see, this one, I love the way it turned out. This was from the kit that you sent me, the mica powder and the resin. One side, because they say you're supposed to put like any pieces or any items that you want in this resin piece, you put in the mold before you pour the resin. Makes sense, right? Otherwise, if you pour the resin first, you wait for a handful of minutes or seconds, then you put stuff in it, it's going to be sticking out the bottom. And then to me, that's just not so good. But this side is like, whoa, but this side looks like Galaxy. Like I took my glitter nail polish and just did like a circular pattern with it while it was still liquid in the mold. And so it looks like a Galaxy. So again, if this side you like better, great. Then that I will try to do some that don't have glitter in them. But I just think it's fascinating that all the glitter did this when I did this batch, because this was the first batch of black ones that I did. Yeah, so, so I'm just going to show the rest of these and then put them back in the box, because I don't know how long to even keep these on display. This is another purple one I did. This one I got 15 on, I guess, because of the difference, because it's unique and stands out. But again, because I'm charging 10 for these, I was just playing around with prices and stuff. But if I'm going to charge like $5 extra, then to me, it would be more realistic to like for this one to have crystals or something in it, and I only have certain crystals. I'll show you the ones I have. And this is not just as for others too, of course, that see this later. So this one, it says 15, but I'll do it for 10 because that's the price, the going price on the big ones. This one is a small one, and I decided to do it for 9 because I don't know why exactly, but one side it has fairy dust, because what I do is when I pour the mold, I will sprinkle the fairy dust and it will just solidify on there completely on its own. Okay, this is the yellow one of the goddess, the honey color that I did, the trinket tray. Do you put your glitter in the pot, mix it and pour it, or put the glitter in the mold? I've done both, actually. For whatever reason, when I poured the ones that have like one whole side is completely glitter, I've got actually 4 colors of glitter right now. I've got gold, I've got silver, I've got purple, and I've got copper, okay, which I'll show those two here in a bit. Here's a little black one, and again, glittery on one side, a little more plainer on the other, because, I mean, that is a lot, to stare at for, like, especially any length of time. Yeah, exactly. So any pieces that I get sold from this live, or from, people may watch it later and they're like, oh, I want this and I want this. I did put my email address in here, so I hope you got that, but you would have to literally scroll back to the top of the screen because that's where I put it. And I promised my other peeps too that I would try to put it throughout the live. I would put my email address down so they know how to get it to me, how to get to my PayPal. This is the black Zodiac box that I did, but I think it is so pretty how it did. And then this, the bottom, like I said, is more, it's not as much, but I don't know how you know, it all mixed together like it did. And I think it turned out really good. Okay, the Zodiac boxes, I'm charging 24, or at least it's one of the prices I'm playing around with, because it comes with 2 lids. Now, me being who I am, and the way I like to do things, you can also mix and match the lids. Yes, thank you. You can mix and match the lids. Like if you want the black Zodiac box, but you want a purple top, put one of the purple round tops on it and it's fine. But this one, again, is for display because this one's not perfectly spherical. So anybody that wants this one, let me know. And it's like, you're going to have to give me a few days to get some resin, get it cast. And because some of the molds, it takes 24 to 48 hours. The ones I get from Sam's Club are 24 to 48 hours. But when I do one of the keychain sets and one of the pendant sets, because they're the smallest of the pieces I have, they're done in a few hours. Like I can literally peel them out of the mold and they're ready to go. All I have to do is put the links in them and, you know, officially turn them into jewelry. My hands are getting full here. This is the sun that goes with the honey batch. Now tell me this don't look pretty. Gold top, black. So this could be day and night. See, you know, this is just some of the creativity that I've come up with. Creative way to do these and to suggest to people. Now this one, I decided to do 15 on if somebody absolutely wants this one. This is the paper that comes in the bottom of the big kit, the $20 kit that I get from Sam's Club. This is the back side of it. But this one, as you can see, is pliable. So this one didn't turn out, I didn't have the mix right. Not that it's necessarily bad to be pliable, but if somebody's going to buy this, I want to show them this thing bends. But you know, I basically put this on the back because the back side of it, paper got stuck on it. Because when I store them in the box that I keep these in, I put them between paper layers, and it still had enough tacky that it literally adhered itself to the paper. So this was the only way that I could pretty it up. And this is literally the only one like this that I have. And that's where I reasoned 15 is not a bad to charge if they absolutely want this one. But if they want a solid one like the other pieces, they're going to have to give me some time, you know, to get that together. This one I think is really pretty. This is another honey color, but because of the versatility of the crystal bits in it, I decided to do $3 on this one because, again, I'm trying to gauge what is a fair price as opposed to what is too much or too little. You want a solid one like this? So the yellow or the pink? And you let me know because this is the big size. You like the pink one? Okay, so you want a pink big one? Okay, the next time I do a set in pink, I will make sure and do 2 big ones and then I'll put one aside for you. Okay, sweetie, thank you. I appreciate it. See, this is why I love having my family on. This is why I decided to do subs first, because this really means that much to me. I'm very passionate about it. So of course I would rather my family and friends have first dibs. You know what I mean? Because this is my first time of doing any of this. So, you know, that it makes it more memorable for me. And it also encourages me to keep doing it. This is a green. It's kind of a light green. And one side's more glittery. The other side's more plain. Now, if you want a darker green, I can do that. And get this. I discovered in my wisdom, food coloring is good to darken up colors. And it works like the ink oil that comes with the kits. Okay. I know I've shown these before, but I'm going at this with the attitude of, you know, others that come on later. Just had a thought. We could put on the website and specify they are for USA customers. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. This is my Lisa Frank one. Oh, yeah, I don't know if anybody's going to go for that one. I put 30 on this one because it's the only one I have like it. So this was an experimental, okay? I used the glitter polish to glue the Lisa Frank stickers on. And this side, this was another piece that was compromised. It was too tacky on the one side because I didn't give it enough time to dry or I didn't get the mix right. Okay. So I don't know that anybody will pay 30 for that. If not, I mean, I'll go down on that, on the price, no problem. Here's a yellow one. It's a small. It's 5. And it's thin though. So I try to let people know in my own way, detailed, these aren't as thick as what they're supposed to be, but these are still functional. Just, decide how you want to use them, And this is the only big one that I have that's Lisa Frank. And this one I put 30 on as well. It's green on one side with glitter, Lisa Frank on the other. The purple nail polish that I had to use, and then the glitter polish to make sure that the stickers are going to stay on. This is the only one of these I have. Here's an idea for you. You can put a small layer of clear resin down in them, let it set, then add a picture to it, and then cover in clear or colored resin would be stunning. Yes. Yes. See? That's also something that I can greatly appreciate from my beautiful daughter. Suggestions, things to try, because the more versatile you are, the more likely you're going to sell your pieces, right? Because you're going to have that unique piece that I've never seen one like this, but damn, this is cool. I really like it. Okay, this is a green. Again, this is a light green. This is a Zodiac one. Here's the black pentacle Zodiac lid. And here's the black sun that goes with that one. I have a pentacle lid in the green. And this last one is purple, and it has the sun on it. Again, it has more glitter on this side, but very little on this side. So you can use these as coasters. I thought of that too. I was like, Okay. That's a price sticker that, I don't know, that went on one of my pieces. Trying to figure out where to put it so I can I had to take clear tape and put it on one of the pieces on the back because it wouldn't stick. This is a green Zodiac. These are the purple sun earrings. But as you can see, this is why I warn people, if you're going to wear these, when I can get them assembled so that I'm able to actually sell them on a live, make sure you wear your hair back, because otherwise your hair is going to cause them to dig into your neck. And, a lot of people might not like that, because I wore these, the yellow pair that I have that actually you can wear. I wore them and I was like, it was poking into my neck. So these might not sell very well because people are like, oh, that's so pretty. Then they get it and they're like, oh, I don't like those because they dig into my neck. So that's why, again, I try to warn people on here, be careful with these. And if you're not sure you want them digging your neck or poking in your neck, then don't get these. And I will completely understand. Here is the crescent moon. It has a hole in the top, a hole in the bottom. And here's the tiny little star that I'm pretty sure is designed because it's on the mold with the crescents. You're supposed to take some links. And this is something that I don't have. I don't have any way to turn these into wearables right now. But for display purposes, I'm showing them. These are some other ones that I have that are functional, that are done. This one is a green. This one's a real pretty green. Now, this one was just very little glitter, Gorilla Glue in the top. Didn't put any crystals in this batch. And it finally solidified. These used to be all bendy and stuff. Now it's finally hardened, weirdly enough. So I'm like, all right, cool. Okay, the ones that aren't assembled, will be obvious. This is a purple one that I did in the rectangular. This is a rectangular I did in yellow. And this I happen to have this little link. So this could be worn as a necklace right now. Because, let's face it, as big as this link is, it probably would look kind of funky if you wore it in your ear. Oh, crap. Now I'm dropping it on the floor. But the jewelry sets by themselves, those I don't think I have priced yet. So this is just so I can show. Okay, these are some of the experimentals that I've done. Yeah, exactly. This one, I had an eyelet piece in it, and then I took a fastener. So you can literally fasten this to any chain. You know, again, the versatility. I'm going for versatility. And these are just some of the ways I've experimented with these. This is a yellow crescent. This is yellow round. Another purple round. This one is functional. And I figure because these are keychains and they're so small, like $1 a piece right now, at least. Now, if they have crystals in them, you know, maybe it would be probably a good idea to charge a little bit more. But the reason, and I also let people know if the Gorilla Glue is unsightly and people don't like it, then I would not recommend that they get pieces that are done with the glitter or the Gorilla Glue, because I'm not trying to make a shoddy product. I'm just using what I have available right now. Some of what, here's the little gold star that goes with the crescent. Here's a couple of gold pendants. You could, if I can get it up here right, you can use as a necklace. This one's the same way. If you did these as a matching pair of earrings, that might look a little funny because that's kind of big. But when I bought the big kit, which I'll show again here in a minute, from Sam's Club, they have the little eyelet things in it, which I finally did put one in my little heart that has the amethyst in it you sent me. So I'm going to, as soon as I can get a small enough chain, I'll be wearing that in the future. This one is another, what I call detachable. It's a keychain, but I decided to be versatile and say, look, you can wear this as a pendant. And this way you can hook it on any chain, so you can wear it on different types of chains if you want. Here's a green one. It's on a paper clip. Yeah, the paper clip's kind of shoddy. And I'm not expecting people to buy it with a paper clip in it. It's like, look, I'll take the paper clip out if you like. This was just my way of saying this is what I had, so this is what I used. But if they want to take the paper, you want me to take the paper clip out and then they'll put their own links in, just tell me and I'll do that, you know, because, you know, you want the customer to be happy. Okay, here's one that I did with one of these little things on it. So that could, yeah, if you felt confident enough that it wouldn't fall off, you could use it as a keychain. And it's the little round things that you can like take it apart to open it. And I only had one of those. Whoops. I'm filling this box in here. Here's another one on the paper clip. And here's a round one in green with the paper clip. Here's a gold round keychain. And here is one of the yellow stars that goes probably to the yellow set of crescents I did. So this was just a little container that I had that I decided to put the small pieces in so they're not being jostled around and, you know, damaged possibly in some way. So this is where these come in handy. But that, in a nutshell, is pretty much all that I have available right now. Give me a minute. I got to go to the loo, so I'm going to leave the live running. They said they were headed back. Should have been back by now. Won't take that long to get here. Maybe they're trying to stay away as long as they can or something, so they don't interrupt my life, which I appreciate. Well, I think it's safe to say, my Slim Fast Lipozene diet experiment that I'm doing seems to be working. These are the lipozenes. Okay, if you want to look them up, I don't know if I can get it close enough. You can see how it's spelled. See how it's spelled? Lipozene. They're blue pills, kind of big, but they're caplets. So as long as you get a nice mouthful of liquid, it's easy enough. I do one of these a day when you're supposed to do two. This is a 30-day supply. So in that fact also, I do one a day. So it'll literally last me till I get my next check. Thank you, honey, for keeping that up there for me. And, I also decided to go through YouTube because from lives that I've done with when I come onto yours, when you're doing I call it TikTok shop because I think that's cute and fitting. When you're doing your TikTok lives, they penalize you if you walk away from the camera, right? Well, I'm hoping also that YouTube does not, because it's like, look, I may, during a live, have to go to the bathroom, or I may have to answer the door because a package shows up, or I may want to get me something to drink, But what I usually do with the diet thing, the way I'm doing it right now, is I do the 2 shakes, and then I take the pill with one of the shakes. Thank you. So yeah, if my other people watch it later, then they have the information, they know where to send it. That's why I showed each individual piece. Yeah, exactly. Because they're very strict, right? On how they let you do stuff. So YouTube as far as I know, hopefully they're more open about, you can walk away from the screen for 10 minutes and not get penalized for it. It's just Brooke that's on right now anyway. So that's cool because then it's less pressure and everything. But they shouldn't because I pay commission fee to them. Exactly. This is the little baggie of keychain pieces and little eyelet holes that come with the big kit that I get from Sam's Club. But they only give you so much. They give you, I think, like 5 or 6 of the little... Sorry. 5 of the 6 of the little eyelet pieces. Yeah. Thanks. This is what one of the keychain pieces look like before you put it on. And the eyelet things are so tiny. I mean, look at how tiny this is. If I can do it without dropping it. Look how tiny that is. Okay. So they only give you like 5 or 6 of those, and they give you like, I think roughly about the same of the keychains. Yeah, I'm going to have to put these in this way because otherwise I'm going to end up dumping stuff everywhere on the floor. If it'll go in, come on, don't fight me. So bear with me, hon, so I can put these in one by one because I don't want to lose any on the floor, especially those little eyelet things because they're so tiny and you only get a few. So I want to make sure they get in the bag. Come on. Good Lord. There we go. Now, these are links that they're bigger and they're thicker that I took off of some old chains that I had that I would find out on the street, or Chris would find for me sometimes, and he would pick them up. But they're so hard to get pried open so you can, use them. And I've been keeping these in here. I know I showed the blue box, but I want to show it for other people. This is a Zodiac box. This is the only one that I have right now that's completely spherical or as close to the shape it's supposed to be. Here's a blue sun lid that goes with it. And here's a purple pentacle, which goes to the purple one. But like I said, you interchange them and you got a whole nother, color combination. Like if you want 2 specific colors for a certain ritual, this is the perfect way to do it. Use it as a ritual box. Sorry. I'm getting in Pops' way. And this is another purple, but it's a misshapen one, sadly, because this is already hardened completely. So there's no way to stretch this one out, right now. So I have to bear with it. Okay. Ow! Oh, I hate that. You're just walking through barefoot and then you step on something and it about goes through your foot. And you're like, what the fuck did I just step on? The wax melt coins, I don't even like for a complete set. For a complete set. What do you think would be a good price? Because you get, where's my molds? Oh man, I'm gonna have to dig for it, right? Yep. I keep my molds in one box. You get 1, 2, 3, you get 4 round ones. You get a triple goddess with a pentacle and you get 2 goddess ones. See, this is what the mold actually looks like. So you get 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get 8 pieces. So a full set is 8 pieces. So I'm still kind of trying to, juggle what would be a fair price to charge for, especially when they're just wax, because they're going to be melted down. So again, I don't want to overcharge, but I don't want to undercharge because part of the proceeds and profit for today is going to go towards getting more supplies because it's the only thing I have right now that I can get supplies. Okay, I'm going to stack my lids back in here, which makes it, of course, difficult to get this box to close. But whoa. So if somebody, for instance, wants a stand like the one I showed, that's literally the only one I have right now. So if they want one, let me know. I will try to, in a future live, have a list of all the colors of the mica powder I have, because you sent me that wonderful kit that had all those colors in it, and the oil colors that I have that come in the kits. So I don't want that to get broken, so I'm not even feeling comfortable putting it in the box. Okay. Okay, good. I got that closed the right way. I got lucky. Set this over here for a minute so I can get my box to put my coasters in. Bear with me, hun, until I get these put back in here. Because see, these are the price stickers that I use for the pieces, but they don't stick very good. So sadly, people are going to have to, what I would recommend is just like run it under hot water or something for a few minutes, because it shouldn't hurt the resin piece. And that'll hopefully loosen up the glue and they can get it off a lot easier. So they're not constantly digging at the tape and then it, compromises the piece and they get all upset with me over it or something. I've been keeping the price stickers in here with these. And this one I wanted to put in the top here. But I don't want to worry about it sticking on the other one. So, okay, let me put these up. And then, since this is basically the pilot to my business, I will do a future live. Hopefully I'll have more pieces done in more colors, but at least this gives people an idea of what I can do and some of the pieces I can make right now. This, once again, is the big resin kit that I get. This is a $20 kit that I get from Sam's Club. You slide this off. There's some of the stuff that comes with it. You get a big mold right here, coaster mold. Over here and here's where the resin is. You only get 3 oil colors. You get 3 little round, like one of them silver glitter, one of them's gold, one of them's gold flake. And then you get 6 mica powders. You get green, purple, white, pink, blue, and gold. You get a little pair of gloves, the keychain pieces. This is the pendant. And over here is the round and the rectangular keychains. So this is how this kit comes. And this is the white paint that only the big kits come with. So I only have 2 of these tubes, but I need paint brushes and I need paint thinner or whatever before I can paint the front of the witch coins in case somebody in the future wants to buy them. Because I want them to be able to see the symbols because, like I said, this is my first time doing these, so I'm kind of winging it as I go. But get this, you want to talk about versatility. This kit can make coasters, ornaments, ring stand, jewelry box, keychain, sun catchers, earrings, bookmarks, wind chimes, and planters. Now, the bottom set, the sun catchers, again, the coasters. If people want to use them as a sun catcher in a future live stream, I don't know how far, because Chris just bought a drill recently. So if I can get him to drill a hole, only if somebody buys it first and they want a hole drilled in it and they want it a certain size, and then, we'll either try to put something in so they can hang it up if they want to use it as a sun catcher. Because what I like particularly about the coasters, the cloud coasters, is when you do the mix right and you do the coloring right, you hold it up to the sunlight, you see all the crystals. And to me, that's like the true inner beauty of it all, So yeah, and on the back, it shows you everything that comes in the kit. See? There's like a glare. So that's everything that comes in the kit. The smaller kits have, and Brooke said hi, the smaller kits are the ones that have the smaller cloud coasters. Okay. Whoo, man, see, I'm sweating buckets already. Good gravy. See, that's another thing about the Lipozene. I wouldn't be surprised if that's, when you're sweating, you're kind of losing some weight that way too. Have to keep pulling up my my skivvies because this particular pair is one of the ones that likes to roll under my stomach, which annoys the hell out of me.
That's not saying when you're trying to do sales.
I know that, but because she's the only one on, and I tried to say them delicately, try to keep it, clean without like making it sound weird or whatever. But So forgive me, people, if that bothers anybody that I said that. No harm was meant. It's just simply, kind of like when your clothes don't fit right, it's uncomfortable, so. Okay, now, as far as, whoops, I got to find one of my boxes to put these in.
Yes, hold on.
To put the wands in. I'm probably going to have to put them in the big box with the coasters and the jewelry boxes. I might be able to fit them in the top of here. Let me try.
Excuse me.
Okay. There. And I don't have any stickers or anything yet. I haven't even begun to get anywhere near, kind of like if somebody joins the channel and if it's somebody new, maybe I'll do like a giveaway of sorts myself. Well, they'll get like a full set of something. And if they're the winner, then they'll get the prize and they won't have to pay, for anything. I'll be paying for the shipping and all that, provided I make enough sales that I have the money to do that. Whoa. Paranoid about my stand falling down. So if this is the inappropriate way of doing the stand, you'll have to show me the right way to do it. If you would, Brooke, when you're here in March, honey. Show me as much as you can so I can do good. And, teach me as much as you can. Okay, I'm going to put my wands back over here where I've got them. I've got them sitting in my fairy chalice right now. Because I decided to Gorilla Glue a small piece of yarn on my wand, because you will be amazed when you get here in March and you see just enough of the resin held the Herkimer diamond in place. Yeah, exactly. I haven't figured out how to do the planters yet, but I have one of the ways to do the ring stands is you take one of the jewelry box lids of the square ones, turn it upside down, take one of the pendants, glue it in the middle. That to me sounds like the most practical way to do a ring stand. The planter, I have not figured out yet how to do. Because it's square. One side of it, you can do, if you fill it to the top with wax or with resin, you're just going to have a solid resin cube. Now, one way that you could make that better is you could put a layer of crystals, then you put a layer of resin over top of it, you let that dry fully, then you put a layer of herbs over top of it and some other personal items if you want. Make it clear so you can see everything that's in it. And then in the future, I could do those in colors as well. So, as far as the in bulk ritual, that I'm going to have to go downstairs and get my book for. So I don't know if I'm up to doing that right now or if I want to wait and do it later sometime this evening. Those back up there. Get my wax melts over here with that. I'll be right back. I'm going to get me something to drink. Don't think I have. Whoops. Okay. Yay, now we got $7.50 in the quarter can. We're trying to build up our quarters again for laundry. Fixing my kitty cat smush pillow here. Okay. So, since I did that whole thing standing up, I'm going to sit down and take a little bit of a break. So, I'm glad you was able to come on and everything, but was you going to do a live today? Were you going to try to do one? If so, that's fine. I will be on, I will. I was playing around with my phone last night, and some of what I, taught myself was I did a small video of me doing the live. So you see me hold my phone, but then I'm holding it off to the side so you can still see me on the live on the computer. And, just to get an idea of, oh, okay, yeah, this is pretty simple. I can do this, so that in the future, if I don't want to do the live on this, I'll do it on my phone and then upload the video to my YouTube channel here. That is obviously the main one that I'm using right now. And oddly enough, it's my true name, Janet Mabius. If you take the Feinstein away, the Janelle Mabius one, I can only access right now through my other laptop, my main laptop. And that's kind of a pain because I usually have a bunch of stuff sitting on top of it, or as few items as I can sitting on top of it. But I've been taking an Alka-Seltzer dose at night to help me with the pain, to help me fall asleep easier and better, and also to, help me to get a lot more of the, stuff up that, is just sinuses, just because my sinuses are whack. And what I hate most of all is when you get the pain that's like right along your sinus channel. That is so god awful. Sometimes I'll get like over on this side here in particular, it'll start hurting for no reason, and especially around the eye socket, and that scares the crap out of me because I'm like, what's going on inside my body? Is it something that's gonna, land me in the hospital? God, I hope not. So here's your wand. You'll be able to see the moonstones in here better once you're here. And I haven't done the crystals yet. I said I would, list all the crystal bits I have on here. So if I don't list them today, I'll definitely try to make sure I list them on the next live. But I wanted to get up and I wanted to get on here as quick as I could. So, because I know that, some of us have different time zones, you being like 5 days, listen to me, 5 hours ahead. Chartara, I don't know what her time zone is because I think she's somewhere in Maryland, if I'm not mistaken, because in part of her address is MD, which I think stands for Maryland, right? So she's somewhere in Maryland, and that's all I'll say because that's not given a detailed, here's her address, thing. I finally, this is so funny to me. And at the same time, I felt so embarrassed and ashamed. Yeah, 5 days ahead. That would be really confusing, wouldn't it? Be like, what day is it? I don't know. But what was I going to say? Oh, I finally got Alicia and Chartara's Christmas cards mailed the other day, a couple days ago, last week. I don't even know how long it's been now. And I sent them one of my MLM letters just to once again share with them what I'm doing. When you're here, if you want me to give you one of the letters, I will. Do whatever you want with it. If you want to try it with me, you can, but you don't have to. It's not an obligatory thing. If you want to just remove my name, put your name, and enough people that you can mail it out to that are like-minded for the MLM stuff that you think would be most likely to do it. Because, out of all the ones that I've tried, $5, 5 stamps is by far the cheapest that I have seen yet. So I thought, you know what? It's $5 and 5 stamps. So let me try this and see what happens. Well, I obviously didn't get any responses, but I didn't really expect to because I was going by a label list of names and addresses of people I did not even know that Jim knew, because in that set of labels, name and address labels, which he has a program on his computer that he can do that. Yeah. Excuse me, was people that he knows. Friends from, way back, different neighborhoods that we've worked, different people, I guess, that maybe have come to the church and stuff like that. So that was all I had. And so I used it. But then here quite recently, I came up with a brilliant light bulb over the head moment. Since I'm still getting all of these MLM opportunities from others, use their names, their addresses, write them down in a book, send them my letter and say, oh, okay, you're offering me this one, but I'll tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. If you will do this one and send me $5.05 stamps, I will try to find some way to support yours or get it out there and get it noticed. Maybe do a live about MLM and how I understand it to be, because there may be people out there that don't even know what the heck is MLM. It's mail order stuff. You know what it is. I know what it is. Multi-level marketing. So I'll have to find my catalogs. If I don't find them anytime soon, I will definitely try to make it a point to find them when you're here in March, so you can just kind of glance through them. And that has at least a good descriptive booklet on what MLM is all about. Because the main key things to give you the best chance of success is you got to know a lot of people, and you got to have like-minded people that are going to be high on the list of, oh yeah, I know a friend that would do this. And then there you go. There's your client base. There's your, people that are going to be like, yeah, let's do this together, because the more of us that we get this generated and going, the more of us are making money. And the thing about the letters is you can mail out as many of them as you like, but you got to know the people. See, so because I'm getting all these responses and everything from other MLM business people, I'm going to use their information and send them one of mine and say, I'll tell you what, you do mine, and then I'll find a way to help support yours. I will get it out there. I will do a live stream about it and say, hey, give this person write them a letter, drop them a line or whatever, and say, hey, I'm interested in what one you're doing. Send me some information. Because there's some of us out there that have the money to be able to do some of the more elaborate ones where you get a list of like 5 or 6 people and you're expected to send $20 to each. That's over $100 right there. $100 extra I don't have right now. So my little business is the only thing I do have, because I have so few pieces right now until I can get some sales. You know how that all goes, so that I can get money to get more supplies and materials. Making myself drink some water, because the thing about the Alka-Seltzer is it helps with the sinuses and everything, like I said. And it also dries you out, because that's part of how it decongests, So, yeah, I know it will. And, as I go, this will always be my pilot. This will always be my pilot episode. I will write this one down. I'll write the date. I'll write the pieces that are sold. Who's got it? Thank you for being my first customer. And this will be waiting for you when you get here, because I was going to have you pick one anyway. And that was going to be your birthday surprise. But I wanted you to pick the ones that I had to give away, because of the ones I chose to keep, because they have crystals in it that you gave me that are more precious than I could ever express. So I wanted to immortalize them in a very beautiful, unique way. And that's why I did what I did with the wands. Let's see, how's my battery on this? Oh, it's still doing pretty good. Let me pop over here while I'm thinking about it. And sitting here and not really doing anything but taking a break. I'm going to have to take these over one at a time, because this one set of the crystal bits don't have any lids. So let me sit down and do this one first, so I can tell you the crystal bits that I do have available. And if you want to know the meanings behind them, like if you don't already, I do have a booklet that came with this kit that these crystals came in that tells you what they do, their properties. Gold rutilated. Amazonite. And you can see they're getting pretty low because I've been using them so much. Rock crystal, so that's basically the equivalent of clear quartz. To me it is, anyway. Amethyst. Aventurine. Don't they? This is all I've got left of the moonstones, and there's not very many. Like, what's left in here, I might be able to put in a future wand, and then that'll be it. those will be done till I can get this kit again. This is Labradorite is in the pieces, some of them. Lapis Lazuli, which as we know is the pretty blue and white combo. Peridot, which is August birthstone. Garnet, which is January birthstone, mine. Red agate. Tiger's eye, golden brown. I say that because I don't have any of the blue and I don't have any of the red. So yeah, moonstone. I know. That's why I spent $40 on this baby right here. That's a rainbow moonstone. It's an adjustable, and I spent $40 on it at the Yulee, that one of the Yulees that me and Maria went to together. And here's the black obsidian. So that's that set. Now let me take it back over here and lay it down, because I have to keep this thing laid down and stationary, because I took all the corks out of them, because with my big old chubby stubby fingers, fat chubby stubbies, it's hard to get a lot of the corks out because they fall apart so easily, and the corks that go to those bottles are tiny, tiny, as you can probably imagine. I still have some of the corks that go to those, but they're too much of a pain to use. So I even had a piece of tape over each one of those small ones, the small bottles I just showed, to keep any from, getting lost, because some of them are just so microscopically tiny. Okay, here's a bigger bottle, Lapis Lazuli. Here's one they call green agate. And this is a different kit that this set of crystals is from. More Labradorite. Tiger's eye, golden brown. See, I've still got quite a few of those. Amethyst. These are citrine, or supposed to be. They're yellow. They're a bright yellow. This again is your clear quartz or white crystal. They call it white crystal in this kit. And here's pink crystal, which to me could be rose quartz. And this one is, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's it's how to say it. It's TIANHE. And it's it's a very unique stone. And red jasper. And that is literally in totality all the crystal bits that I have available right now. And since those bottles can be reused, if I can find a craft shop that has those little corks that will fit those, where I can just buy like a whole pack of them, I can reuse those bottles to put other stuff in. And if I don't put like the same crystals back in the bottles, I'll put a label on it and say what is in the bottles. And these I wouldn't recommend, because that would just look too weird to be wearing one of these around your neck. But one of the smaller bottles, yeah, look at that. I'm wearing one that's kind of in between the two sizes. This was a bottle of citrine, yellow citrine, that I got from probably like Tropical Trends, which remind me, when you're here in March, I definitely want to take you to Tropical Trends, because you're going to love it. There's one close to us that's in Gahanna, so that's the closest by far. The other one is all the way out off of Bethel Road, and that's the one that Alicia worked at all the way up until the time she had to quit when she moved to Kentucky. So some of this crystals, as you know, the small bottles, I could just dump them in the bigger bottles, because it's the same stuff, and then have those little bottles that I can turn into spell bottles. You can put herbs in them. You can put an eyelash. You can put fingernails, a little snippet of hair, make it very personal to yourself. So what I would do is I would put the crystals and I would put the herbs and bits and baubles in it. But the more personal stuff, I would not, because the person that buys those should be the one to put their own personal little piece of themselves in it, like a fingernail or whatever, and then wear it around their neck, because these aren't too bad. These are a bit tall. The smaller bottles are by far the best to wear if you're going to wear any, as like a pendant around your neck, because the heavier and the bigger the bottle, the more it's going to weigh your neck down too. So whatever chain you wear it on, after a while, it starts pulling on your neck, and that can be uncomfortable for some of us, especially one like me that has fibromyalgia. So, but anyway, so that's just to give people an idea as well. These are the crystals that I have. This is the amounts of the crystals that I have. So for any pieces, future pieces that maybe they would like me to make specifically for them, and they only want certain crystals in it, then that's what I will do. And I will make sure it's like, okay, now this crystal, this is what it does. This crystal, this is the properties of this one. I will put that on whatever ones they choose, so they know, okay, yeah, that's what I want. That's the kind of energy that I want in my piece. So that I can, like when you're meditating or when you're drinking your coffee in the morning, plop it down on one of the little cloud coasters. I do all the time. Or one of the round, zodiac lids. You can use either side of that for a coaster. It's just, you got to be careful, because if you set your cup down wrong, it can slide off and you have a mess on your hands. I don't remember did I ever show you this deck, the Green Oracle? This to me is the closest to a Gaia deck that I've been able to find right now. And because somebody, who was it? Can't remember if it was somebody at the Yuli that suggested it. No, I remember who it was. It was Yafa, which that's one of the shops that I definitely want to take you to when you're here, sorry. The Gaia, it's called the Green Oracle. This one is another one of those. It only has positive cards in it. So there, you won't get any like reversed meanings or negative meanings in this deck. Like for instance, I did a daily card on myself recently, and Nature's Magic came up, and it's got the little fairy and the little kitty cat on it. So I thought that was adorable. Yeah, it's okay. I've pretty much got the selling part of it done. Yeah, but she's still on. Brooke's still on. So yeah, you can come and hang out and whatever. That's fine. What?
You got the other candles?
What other candles?
For the middle one?
That one? You mean?
For the pack.
For what pack?
For my
You mean your little ones?
No,
I didn't.
Not the little one. The other one.
No, I don't. I don't have any menorah candles right now. I can't even find my purple and blue ones.
It's not even downstairs.
Oh man.
It has to be up here. I mean, I look.
I mean, you can feel free to look wherever you want to look, but I haven't seen them up here. So did you? Okay.
It goes to the one that's in the middle.
The big one.
Yeah.
I don't know, hun, because I haven't seen them up here, because if I would have seen them,
I was gonna get ready to put it with the other little one. I can't find it.
Oh crap! I might have to go down and help her find that here, and if you don't mind waiting a little bit, or
I can wait.
I
can wait.
But anyway, so I can read the deck, the book, what this thing does, how you use this deck. Because this is it's a different kind of deck, but like I said, it's a positive one. So that right there is good enough for me. As long as it's positive. These poor glasses are so scratched up. I'm surprised I can see out of them at all anymore. Okay, it's called The Green Oracle by Riccardo Manetti and Franco Rivoli. If you want to look the deck up and maybe try it, have a deck for yourself. Okay, these are called, they have this deck in English, Italian, Spanish, French, Dutch, or German, and I'm not sure what this bottom one is, because one of them says DEUTSCH, and then the very bottom one is PYCCKUU, and then the U, the last U, has a little thing above it, so I'm not sure what that even is. But it says, when we created these cards, we did not set out to make any powerful statement about ecology, environment, or sustainability. On the contrary, our purpose was to bring that great debate full of ideas and concerns to the quieter place of the mind, the heart, and the spirit. The cards are meant to work inside your personal space and to empower your personal experience in connecting with your nature and life. So these cards don't really want to be lessons. They are seeds, and they are around us. The first is that our connection with nature and with life is spiritual. If we sever or demean that connection in our daily life, our spirit will suffer. But if we find a way compatible with the modern world to nourish that connection, we will benefit not just in the body, but in the soul. The second is that we don't need big things to change ourselves, what is around us, and the world. We just need small things like a seed. Everything we do to our lives, no matter how small, has the potential to grow. The third concept is that we are all connected deep down, and we know it. If we hurt the world, we hurt ourselves. But if we heal the world, we heal ourselves. And we all need healing. We need faith, we need hope, we need love. I want to thank Franco Rivoli, the artist, for his commitment to this project, which is reflected in the images. We both tried hard to do something gentle and useful. I hope these cards will be for you something good. I also hope these cards make us friends. How to use the cards. The cards can be used with 3 different purposes: inspirational, divinational, and educational. As inspirational cards, you will look at these cards to focus on the concept they represent. They are suggestions, themes, something to think over and maybe meditate on. The illustration in the card, as well as reading the text of this book, may be a source of inspiration. From inspiration comes understanding. From understanding, clarity. From clarity, harmony. And from harmony, action. Step by step, the more light we have inside, the more light, naturally and without effort, we will bring around us. Now you can see why I like this deck. As inspirational cards, they are tools to help each of us in our journey to connect more with the living energies around us along a spiritual journey unique to each of us. Working with the cards will probably start lightly, but as we journey on, the experience will become deeper and more spiritual. As divinational or sapiential cards, Sapiential, we can use the cards like an oracle to ask questions and look for answers. Not all questions will work well with these cards, but a surprising number of questions will. And not just about nature, ecology, and sustainability. These cards are all about cycles, connections, and belonging. That which is true for ecology in a literal sense is also true for all relationships. For instance, in a question about love, the same message could be interpreted as, do not carelessly bring bad things in the shared space, literal and metaphorical, with your loved one. As educational cards, you may study the images and the concept and potentially think about what they meant. If you have a child of the right age, the cards can also be used to think and talk with him or her. Do not use the cards as lessons. Use them as windows to look at certain concepts and topics and ask yourself, what would you have written in the cards or portrayed in the image? Step by step, your awareness will grow, and with your awareness, also your ability to think, assess, and be critical, as well as your ability to be joyful and positive, which is important. And then it goes on to explain more in detail of the divinational or sapiential or whatever. For the educational, let me just go ahead and divinational refers to the card's ability to give an answer, and sapiential refers to the card's ability to give advice. Think of a question, draw 3 cards. The first card represents how do you approach the situation. The second card is about what you should change to get a good result. The third is about what you should hold dear. Basically, the first card helps you understand your relationship with the question. It's your starting point. But to have a good result or improve things or get greater clarity, you need to act and change things. Sometimes these are things within yourself, attitudes, and sometimes things around you, action. Finally, there are things that are important and should be treasured even through change. They are the things you should give attention to and that can act as resources to draw upon. Educational. Read the book while keeping the cards close. If a concept is easy, let it go. If a concept is complicated, unclear, or controversial, it means there is something to think about and discuss. Questions are always good, and nature and ecology are complicated stuff. We will never be able to cover everything in a short book, but discussion and thinking are an essential part of learning. And about the cards, there are 36 cards in the deck. Each card has a different image, a name, and a number. In the book, we will describe each card in detail. We share not just what is in the card, but why it is there and how you connect the card to your own experience. So we found this deck. I can't remember if this was the one that I found at the Yulee that we went to in Cincinnati or not. It was I think I found this at the Barnes and Noble because when we were at Easton, because that day, after I bought it, we sat down on that bench and I did a reading right away. I did a one card. So you want me to do it just for fun, just to see what comes up?
Don't you remember?
Oh yeah. Because we were looking at D&D books. I remember because wasn't that the same day we got the dice?
Yes.
Okay, so good. See, she remembers. I don't mean to forget, but sometimes I do. I'm glad she remembers. But there is a Gaia deck that Yafa suggested to me, and until I get that deck particular, this one I think is really neat. It's very different.
Different colors in it.
Yeah.
That's how I
I love the pictures on this because it's so neat. I love the pictures. Okay.
You wanted it, so I got it.
So you want to just do a daily, like you don't know what to ask, just like what daily message?
And we all got the dice too. Dice.
Yeah. Yep. I got mine. I think I put mine.
We need to get that going.
Where did I put mine?
It should be right there.
No. I think I put it with my others because I remember I got my big bag. Yeah, I know. We keep it in there so it don't get lost.
No, it's brand new, remember?
Yeah, I know. Because mine's still in the plastic container that they came in. So
when do you want to get that going?
I have no idea. I really don't. I want to get it going, but again, we have to have the space. We have to have a table that we can clear off so that we can have everything that we're going to have during the D&D session right there.
The space downstairs, that big table.
Yeah, the big table in the dining room would be a perfect gaming table for sure. Okay, let's see what her daily is. What is my beautiful daughter Brooke Sutton's daily message from this deck for today? You're going to love this one. Animals. You got a fairy, you got a bunny babbit, you got a kitty cat, you got a deer, you got a bald eagle, and you got a bear. So, yeah, let's see what it's saying. I love this deck. It's really cute. Because, again, you can use it with kids, too. You can find a way to use it with your kids because it's an easier one to understand. Okay, that one is number 33. Which is going to be way back. Here we go. 33, animals. Concept, all kind of animal creatures. Image, a cat, a rabbit, a deer, a bear, and an eagle sitting in front of a fairy holding the wand of a music director. Animals are very different from one another. Also, many animals are carnivorous and eat other animals. Nature, we know, can be cruel. It has so much death and suffering. What it doesn't have is evil. Animals cannot be evil because when you look at them, you cannot look just at a single action, but you look at them all together. The ecosystem moves like a melody or a dance. Divinatory meaning. People can be different, and each have different qualities and give importance to different things. Action is the key to change. Many voices need a single direction to sound as one. There is a music in life. And that's I think, to me, that's a nice, beautiful, versatile. You want one? Want me to do one for you?
Chris is not
Message.
cooking.
Okay.
We're going out.
Oh, yay!
You want to know?
Yay, we're going out to eat later or whatever when dinner time. Okay. I always shuffled
No,
3
when Chris
times.
is ready to leave, you mean.
Yeah, whenever he's ready to go. Because, I mean, usually, like, if we do dinner, most times it's around 4 or so here anyway when he tries to get it started. Okay. What daily card from this deck and message is for my other beautiful sister over here, Maria? We are all connected.
Oh, I hope it's good.
Yeah, remember, this is only a positive deck. There's no negative.
I know.
There's no negative. There's a little boy looking at a board that has a picture on it that has a cat and a person flying around the earth or something. It's really cute.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. And that one is card 20. So let me find it here. We are all connected. Concept, how the ecosystem connects everything. Image, a boy looking at a painting showing the earth as an atom and man, animal, plant, etc. in place of electrons. The very simple image of elements of the ecosystem portrayed as electrons around the earth may be a powerful one. We know the connection that links everything with our mind, but do we really feel connected? Do we feel an intimate kinship with strangers, animals, plants, and even ourselves? When we can feel that connection and see a higher self rather than our common normal self, the world sings with a lovable melody. Divinational meaning. Take a step back from yourself and look at things from afar. Understand that more things are connected than meets the eye. Having a connection does not mean being at the center of things. If you touch something, you touch everything. That makes complete total sense to me, And yes, I'm going to do mine. I can't wait to see what one comes up for me this time. And then here in a little bit, I'm going to go down and try to help Sissy find her menorah candles, because you'll see them when you come in March. She's got this beautiful Jewish altar set up in the bedroom because she wants to honor Yehoshua. Even though she herself is not Jewish, she wants him to feel honored and welcome in her home, just like the rest of them. And they love it. I mean, the way she's got it set up so far, I haven't heard any complaints. Yehoshua loves it. And he's like, you don't have to do that, but thank you. She's got 2 little menorahs that say Shalom on them. And it has the little miniature candles that are like basically the size of birthday candles. Then she has a big one that has bigger candles.
That's in the middle.
Because she bought a kit that the big one came in. We didn't know that the little one was going to be little until she got it. So when she got it, she's like, oh, I wanted a bigger one. I'm like, oh, Sissy, I'm so sorry. Because it can still be used. But sometimes I'm not good at reading dimensions and understand, okay, it's going to be about this tall or it's going to be about this tall. We had no way of knowing what size it was till she got it. But when she got it, she fell in love with it. So she got another one. So she's got 2 little ones and then the big one in the middle. And she's got it set up really pretty. She's got a Jewish tablecloth on it and everything. And she used her puzzle table, which I thought was cute. It has the legs kind of go out like this a little bit. And it's really low to the ground. So she's like, I'm not using that as a puzzle table. Well, you might as well use it for the altar. Give them their own little space. She's got Mother Mary on there. She's got a Buddha statue on there that's an incense burner. She's got a beautiful ceramic cross of Yehoshua hanging really close to the altar. It's ceramic too, and it's actually painted. It's really pretty. Okay, let's see what mine is today. Woo! I think mine just jumped out of the deck.
Marisa, you still got that? You still got that cross? I see, yeah.
Come here. Come here. Okay. Is this my card today before I turn it over?
Yes.
Okay. This is mine today. Fall, which it is not. It's winter. It's not fall right now.
It looks like a family tree.
It's a tree with like there's wind blowing around it, and it's got leaves falling off of it. So
Like
this is
family tree, almost.
well, yeah, that could be one depiction of it. Let me see. 27. Okay, let's see what 27 is here.
What yours says.
About to find out. 27, fall. Concept, seasons, slowing down. Image, a wonderful tree in fall. Autumn is the season of closure. Things slow down, they begin to fade and let themselves go, looking for the end. Things have a different flavor in autumn. They still can be joyful, but to get that joy, you need to accept that it is the nature of all things to pass. Without an ending, even the most perfect story doesn't have much meaning. Yeah, it jumped out, so I'm guessing that was my card. Divinational meaning, it's time to prepare the ending. So it's an ending of something. It could be a phase of life. It could be a living situation. Maybe we're finally going to be hearing about the house soon, which would be nice. What is not yet finished is still present. That to me symbolizes unfinished projects that I need to get done. In autumn, you gather memories and make them precious. Without an ending, there is no story. So what I get from that whole thing is the way I stuff things down and stuff it down instead of bringing it to the surface, letting it go, deciding, okay, this does not serve me anymore. This does not help me anymore. I need to let this go because there are a lot of things I know I still need to let go and I have been endlessly working on. But sometimes it's so painful, the things that you're letting go, you get so used to hanging on to that anger for so long. It's hard for some of us like me to let it go, even though I know it's the best course of action, because when it's not helping you anymore and it's hurting you, then stop. Just stop doing it, because you're not supposed to be hurting yourself, I mean, we hurt ourselves enough, when we get discouraged about things, we feel like we can't do things right. We feel like we've failed in some manner. And a lot of mine, I already know, has to do with family, my dad especially, because the general idea is you're supposed to be able to look up to your parents. They are supposed to be part of their job as role models is to help their kids not stumble down the same path they did. By sharing the lessons of the parent with the child, it hopefully helps the child keeps them from making the same mistake. However, if the only way they can learn whatever it is they need to learn, they're going to make the mistakes anyway. It's just part of life. The hardest thing for me, and why Dad is the toughest to let go, to totally forgive, to be able to allow myself to love him again. But I just don't know that even after all of that's done, that I will ever feel comfortable with his spirit around me anymore, because he hurt the family so badly that it still traumatizes me to this day, and is a big reason why I have the relationship issues that I do, not only now, but the guys in the past that did me wrong, that hurt me, that didn't stick around, and all that kind of stuff. So because of my lack of proper communication and communication skills, I don't know how to be in a successful relationship because I've never had a successful relationship. So I don't really have much to go on. I am trying to notice things like I never did before. When I see myself locked in a certain pattern and way of thinking, that's old ways in thinking, that doesn't serve any purpose. It doesn't help anything. If anything, it makes things worse. Okay. Until me and Chris, and to my satisfaction and his, can somehow develop the right communication skills between the two of us without feeling like the other is being judged, criticized, demeaned, cut down, not acknowledged, not accepted, not understood, not heard. Okay. Then we're going to keep having problems. And I know that there's no perfect relationship. There just isn't. There may be a few out there that have come a long way. Hey, good for you, And hello, mystery person. It says that there's 2 people on here. Hello, how you doing? If you can come on, great. If not, that's okay. I haven't done the Imbolc ritual yet because that, like I said, my book is downstairs. So I'll try to, if I'm still going to do it today, which I would rather do it today because I like to do it on the actual day, which is today. February 2nd is Imbolc by Wicca standards, and it's also Groundhog Day. So by American standards, if the groundhog sees his shadow, there's 6 more months of winter. If he doesn't see his shadow, spring and summer will be here like bink, and you'll blink and it's here. So that's the two, like it's a double, sacred type of thing that a high percentage of not only witches celebrated as Imbolc, but we also celebrate it as Groundhog Day. So, yeah. I'm going to make myself drink my water at least. Because, even if this is the only glass of water I drink today, I'm at least trying, it's baby steps with me still. I'm trying to, get at least 1 glass down me a day. And then, try to, like, a good way to do it is after I've done my shakes and after I've done my lipozine, because there's things that the lipozine is already doing in my body to help get rid of the weight safely, not too quick. It may take a little bit longer. Yes. I did see that. When you get a chance, sweetie, go onto your Reaps and see the comment that I left. That is a very good idea, and I am so going to do that, but I got to find the pictures first. Whether I find them online or I find them in a book or something in either Yafa's shop that I can like take a picture of with my camera on my phone, download it onto my computer and print it out on our device. Yes, I really loved. I watched the whole thing through because I saw that it was the most recent video that you posted on there. I'm like, let me check this out, see what this is about. So I clicked on it and watched it all the way through, and I was like, yes. So that makes sense because that is the concept I have always went with. That before they became gods and goddesses, to me, they were human once. It may have been decades ago. It may have been centuries ago, but they were human once. Any god or goddess, any pantheon that you can name is within you. If you gravitate towards a certain one, like me, mine is so mixed up right now. I don't even know who won the prime deity spot in my regime or when I do my ceremonies. For a while there, I tried to have Bast at the top as my prime deity, which makes sense why cats are so drawn to me. I have channeled her once for certain that I know of, and wow, was that an experience. Chris was there when that happened. I don't know if he remembers it, but I remember clearly it was in the bedroom because, sometimes I'll do a live stream in there because if you remember, I don't know if you saw any of those, but like I would even look in my Janelle Mabius one if you can, because I don't know how far back or anything, but there's been some live streams that I've done in the bedroom where the way I was sitting, you could clearly see my big portrait of Jim Morrison on the back of my stand, that because of the weight and size of it, I have not been able to safely, successfully hang it up on the wall. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to actually hang it up when we get moved to the new place. I just got to pick a good spot to put him, and preferably on a south-facing wall. Why? Because he was a fire sign. When he was living, he was a Sagittarius. So he's a fire, so south is fire. So I feel like the best way to honor him is to put him on a south prominent wall in the house and be able to actually hang him there. But in this particular live stream, I saw it clearly. Holly saw it clearly. And I forget anybody else that popped on for that live, but everybody that did saw it very clearly. They even ones that missed and kind of came in halfway through the live, they went back and watched it in the beginning because I recommended it. I'm like, tell me if you see half a goddess's face on one end of Jimmy's portrait. And we did. No joke. We actually saw very clearly, it was like it was like a half face of the goddess. I don't know which one. It may have been Athena. It may have been Gaia. I'm not really for sure. But it looked like she had a braid across here. Like her hair must have been very long to be able to pull this off. That she was able to do a ring of braids. And then it seemed like her hair was kind of long from what I could see in the live. It was about shoulder length, or at least that's what we could see. And I even asked Holly, I said, Holly, do you see the goddess face in the picture, or is that just me? So she focused on that side of the picture and she's like, oh my God, I do. I'm like, oh, thank you. Because that was like, wow, what a surprise, because I did not expect that, but I loved it. I ate it up. And I have gotten better manifestations, believe it or not, in the bedroom than I have gotten here in the living room. Go figure. Apparently, the energy is stronger in there than I realized, which is not a bad thing. But go through some random ones, because I don't remember how I titled it or anything. It may be in this one. It may be in the Janet Mabius one. If not, I'll look myself too. If I find it, then I will help you, guide you to it. Like, if nothing else, I'll take you to it here in March, because I'm not good at sending links to stuff. So if I knew how to send you a link to that particular live, I would, but I don't know how to do that. So I'll have to find another way and just tell you, okay, this is the name, this is the date. It was either in my Janelle one or it was in my Janet Mabius one. And then you can watch it through and you might see stuff that I didn't. But it was a trip. It was really, I was like, whoa, and that is probably by far the strongest goddess manifestation I have seen yet since I've been doing live streams. And that image stayed for the entire live stream, because there were moments you'll see in the live that I was focusing on the camera, and then there were moments when I was looking at the picture to see if the image was still there. It was the most stunning, the most beautiful. Wow. And weirdly enough, I have a bust. It's a statue. It's a ceramic piece. It has been painted, and it has the braid around the forehead. And I have named that goddess statue Athena, because she's of the Greek pantheon, I believe. And she is a warrior goddess, but she's also battle strategy, and something else is what is her specialty. So that's definitely, it's pretty cool. I've got a whole book on the goddess Athena that I haven't even read, that Aaron Weber got me a long time ago. But excuse me, love, I got to go use the loo again. But I will leave the live running and be right back. Oh.
You, Mary. Statue of Virgin Mary.
grab my shoes.
Come.
I'll grab my shoes and we'll head down to your place. So one, I can get the book to do the embark ceremony while I still have the live going, because I do want to do that and help you find your candles. That
I was
goes.
gonna put it away, but I couldn't find it. I was gonna put it in the drawer with the other little candles.
Well, I'm
I
just
got
hoping
one.
that we'll find it, because they're not up here. Like I said, I haven't seen them. Let me see how the battery is. Yeah, the battery's okay. So bear with us, hon. We're going to go down. I better make sure I take my purse because it's got my keys and it's got my phone and all that. So hang on. Let me get myself situated here. And see, I'm actually wearing this as a dress today. I don't have any leggings under it.
You got shorts on it.
No. Nope, I'm wearing it strictly as a dress, like it's supposed to be worn. Grab my water.
If I wear a dress, I wear shorts on mine.
All right. Make sure you grab your glasses, hon, and whoops,
What glasses?
your glasses right there in the case. Aren't those yours?
Yeah.
And your drink. Let's go. Because that way Chris can lay down and, I don't feel so much like I'm disturbing him. Bella stays. Bella stays. Good boy. Bella stays. Good boy. Just shut it quiet if you can. So he can rest.
You got the keys.
I think I've got them in here, on here. I think I put my key inside. But my hands are full, so I think both of us have our hands full. It is. Now you know why I call it my goddess dress. My mom's got one just like it, same color and everything.
What?
This dress I'm wearing.
Oh, she got the same.
She's got the same. I think she got us both one. I think she got her one and she got me one. Smells so good in here. That's the Palo Santo for you. Got to show you this.
That's what Faith was smelling when she came yesterday.
Yep.
I told her that.
She got some Palo Santo sticks. Let me show you what we've done in the temple room so you'll see how pretty it's done up now. Because I'm not sure where to even start looking for your candles, Sissy. Do you have any idea? Because I want to help you find them, but we have to keep the door shut in here. Okay. This is her dresser top, the tall one. This is this one. Okay. Trying to show you everything there. Okay. That's goes on my car, but it accidentally got a hole burnt in it. We had the candles going one day and she was trying to get something out of the one of her drawers here. She was looking for something and it caught fire. So it's like, whoops. Okay. We moved the tapestry over here because this is where she seemed to want to be, was on the north wall. This is the Jewish altar she's got set up right now. See the two little menorahs on the side, the gold looking ones with the blue. And then in the middle, it looks like a tree. She's got her tea light bridge and Mother Mary on the right, thing of wine, and then the Buddha incense thing on the left. And isn't that tablecloth pretty? That's real pretty. It's got a real pretty menorah on it and a Jewish star and everything. Last place I saw them, Sissy, that I remember was, I think you had them in a box or something. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think.
The one right here. 'Cause I was gonna put it here. Here's the little one.
Okay, that's the little for the
And I was gonna
miniature.
put the big one in here.
Um,
And I'm going,
spirits, help us find it. Oh, here's the ceramic cross.
somebody made that.
See that? Isn't that pretty?
Somebody made that.
So yeah, she's got a cool setup here now. And this, of course, is my circle of power. And don't worry if you can't see it that well, you'll see it when you get here. And I always have the topmost point pointing north. This is the little tree that we put up. Mom gave me this, and I decided to do it as like a seasonal tree, like for Valentine's Day, maybe put some little hearts on it or something. But whatever we choose to put on it, it's going to have to be small. Here, let me set this up here while we're trying to help her find her candles and stuff. And here,
I just wanted to put it in here, that's why.
there's my fairies. See them there? They don't have their wings on, but that's my fairies. That is a very unique collection. You'll never find another one like it. And they all have names and everything. So,
They probably don't got them anymore.
no, they don't. But one is for fall, one is for spring, one is for summer, and one is for winter. So here, let me sit this up
I'm gonna
here.
have Chris hang this up.
Yeah,
This right here. I forgot
her
to
little
tell
coffin
you.
shelf.
I forgot.
I'll
to
show
tell
you how, because in case you haven't been able to see how small these are. I still think it's adorable, though.
It's the same one she's got, ain't it?
This is the coffin shelf. And see, it's the handheld size. No, the one she had was bigger.
Yeah.
Because remember, on the middle shelf, she had a bunch of the cat figurines and she had that big selenite heart until somebody bought it. But these are adorable, and it comes with the little thing on the back so you can hang it up.
You can't even get that.
And it comes with this hardware. It's got this little hook, so if you want it to hang a certain way that way, it's got the little anchor piece, which is the yellow thing, and then a screw. And that's what those came with. Okay, spirits, help us find her candles, please.
Oh,
she
there
can-
it is. I was just gonna put it with the other little one. That's what I was gonna do.
Because I the last time I remember seeing them, they were in a box, I think, that
They
you
still in a
you
box.
had down there. But I don't know. I didn't come down with you when you came down with it, so I have no idea.
I was gonna get ready to put it in on the drawer, inside the drawer.
So
Oh,
yeah, bear with
there it
us, Brooke, while we're looking around trying to remember where this is at. Because if to look out in the living room, I'll be taking the thing with me. So
I did look at it.
yeah, well, kind of. It's one of those that sometimes you might be like looking right at it and you just don't see it. Hey, Pillow. Hi, babies. I'm sorry I didn't say hi to everybody yet. Candles, candles, candles.